Hi, my name's Gordon. I teach maths and also teach further maths as well. Maths A-level is actually the most popular A-level in the country, across the whole country. So, you know, lots of people think, oh, maths is just for the brainy kids or something like that, but actually it's really, really popular. So people take maths A-level for lots of reasons, partly because it goes really well with lots of other subjects and is a really good supporting subject, but partly because it's just a really enjoyable subject, and we learn lots of great things like problem solving and logical thinking, which will help you in all kinds of areas of your lives, not just with your other subjects really. So, you know, we welcome everybody who's, you know, got an interest in maths. You do need to get a GCSE grade 6 minimum, just to be able to cope with some of the algebra that we'll be doing. But if you've coped with GCSE algebra, you know, you'll have all the skills to get onto a maths A-level course. So lots of the subjects that we study on maths A-level may begin as being quite familiar to you, but then we get on to some new stuff, lots of new and interesting topics that you may not have come across as well either. As in many of the A-levels, it's a 2-year course, and you'll have exams at the end of the 2-year course. Obviously during the course we'll be assessing you as you go along, but at the end of the course you'll have 3 exams, and the course itself is split into 3 modules: pure maths, which is all your algebra type topics, and statistics, which is your data handling, and mechanics, which is pretty much physics. So people who are doing physics, that links in really well with the mechanics section, and the breakdown is 2/3 pure maths and then 1/3 the applied stuff, which is the stats and the mechanics. And at the end, your exams will reflect that. You'll have 2 pure exams and 1 applied exam. We have usually between 20 and 25 students in a class, and we tend to begin with the pure maths at the start of the course, and then we'll run through maybe a term's worth-ish of pure maths, and then we'll get onto some of the statistics and mechanics as well later in the year. Further maths, if you're really, really into your maths and you want to study another maths A-level, and this would really be applying for people who perhaps want to go on and study maths at university or other university courses where there's a heavy maths content, so things like engineering or physics or perhaps economics or things like that. You might want to take a further maths A-level, which would be a second maths A-level. You would need to get at least a 7 in your maths GCSE to do further maths, but obviously your further maths A-level would really support your studies in regular maths. So further maths is not for everyone, it's much more specialist, but lots of people who study further maths really, really enjoy it and do find that it really supports their work in their maths A-level as well. So maths goes really well with all the sciences, particularly physics and chemistry, which have plenty of maths content. Computer science is obviously relies on lots of those skills as well, the logical thinking and just being able to set your work out in a clear and logical manner in the way that you solve problems. And then also you've got subjects like economics and business studies, which have mathsy elements, as well as psychology, and lots of people who go on and do psychology degrees will need lots of the statistics element in maths, and any social science degrees that you might want to go on to, there'd be a big statistical element as part of that. No, what we try and do is run some sort of extracurricular competitions and things like that, because there are national challenges that we can enter, and those are really good for students' problem solving skills, and they bring in a little bit of the maths that they may not have come across in their course curriculum, and bring in that extra added bit of challenge. Also really good for going on personal statements if you're applying to university, if you've entered some of the maths challenges that we run. I think some of the topics that students really enjoy is things like sequences and series, which we get onto in the second year. Maths really is all about spotting patterns and the structure of the world around us, really, and it's kind of like even the science of patterns. If we're examining sequences and series in a problem, for example, we might have an arithmetic series where the numbers go up by the same amount each time, or we might have a geometric series where the numbers are multiplied each time. And you've probably heard in some of the discussions in the news about exponential growth and things like that. That's been quite topical recently. So those kinds of series and patterns will come across in the Maths A level. You may have met things like the Fibonacci series at GCSE, and if you take further maths, you'd go into much more detail in all kinds of complicated series. Also in further maths, one of the things that people really enjoy when they first meet the subject is the idea of complex numbers and imaginary numbers, where we jump off the real number line and start doing all kinds of processes with those as well. So as far as resources, I mean, we have a really good web platform called Integral Maths, which contains the whole course online, and we base our course around that as well. Obviously we'd expect new students to get textbooks. We follow the Edexcel syllabus, so you could get textbooks for that. And also calculators. It's really useful if you can upgrade your calculator. We do recommend some quite whizzy calculators, of which we could give you more information at the start of the course, and we're happy to give you advice on what might be a good calculator to get for an A-level maths course.
My name is Niall. I'm a first year student here at East Sussex College. I study physics, chemistry and maths. Maths can be applied in a lot of areas. I'm also studying the physics and the chemistry, and it's really helpful in these courses. When I wanted to go into university, it's really helpful because I want to study physics, and that is applied in the physics courses.